and preparing for battle. Each guy with his own approach to getting ready for what should be an excellent matchup. Welcome and thank you for spending this holiday season with 2K Sports as we get ready for the special NBA presentation. I'm Brian Anderson, alongside Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. Allie LaForce is our reporter. As we get deeper into the season, the Eastern Conference standings are really taking shape. Let's take a look. You look at Orlando, their efforts so far have put them 5th in the conference with plenty of time left to move up.
Right now for the Magic, they've stayed within arm's length of the conference leaders. That in itself is an accomplishment at this point in the season.
You know, I thought maybe they'd have it in them to actually join those leaders this season. But you're right, it's still nice work considering where they are.
A look at the starting group here for Denver. They've got Peyton Watson. Johnson is out there with Jamal Murray. Then there's Nikola Jokic, and it's Jones in at the 3. And for the Magic, Banchero and Carter Jr. make up the front court. Suggs and Bain team up as the backcourt, and it's Wagner in at the 3 spot. Well, 2 of the best guards in the league going at it today, Grant. Is there a bit of bragging rights on the line?
You know, maybe not for the players themselves, BA, but the fans will absolutely use this game as evidence when they argue why their guy is the best.
And the dunk by Wagner.
Good decision that time by Wagner, taking it straight line to the rim. The defense had no chance to stop it.
Jones misses. And so it's Banchero who brings it up for the Magic. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Hornets.
It was, frankly, embarrassing. I was shocked by their disorganization, and I think they were too.
Yeah, and you know, those losses really hurt when you can't get anything going your way, everything's going against you. Very frustrating.
This is why you put the ball in his hands, an accurate pass hitting a moving target.
And just over a minute played here to start the game. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I briefly spoke with Jamal Mosley. Coach joked that if he focused on a single aspect of stopping Nikola Jokic, he would probably just beat them a different way. Instead, he showed the team 5 video clips, each with a specific failure of guarding Jokic. He's asked his players to prevent those mistakes from happening. Guys, back to you.
Allie, thank you.
Well, Bane will just about live on the arc if you let him. He's got a pretty consistent stroke.
And Grant, David Adelman, a second-generation NBA head coach, grew up immersed in the game.
Yeah, B.A., basketball was a family obsession. David, a ball boy for the Blazers in the 90s, went on to coaching, which he's done for decades. His whole life has led him to this.
Murray, no good.
Analytics already don't favor the mid-range jumper, let alone against exceptional defense.
Here's Banchero. And again, it's Orlando converting.
4 straight hoops. Ideal start for them.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. And David Adelman wants a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Hardaway's checked in for the Nuggets. All right, quickly here, let's look at the teams that lead the league in field goal percentage. The Nuggets, number 1.
The smart offensive moves this team makes helps them open up the floor and find great looks. That's how they've secured such an impressive shooting percentage.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Johnson. His offense has been solid, scoring around 11.5 points a game. And the shot goes down.
And after missing their first 3 shots, maybe this will get them going.
Magic leading by 7. Suggs, the pass to Bain. Carter, a screen on Hardaway. To the inside. Carter can't get it to go.
Well, you know what? All good things must come to an end, and they finally miss after making their first 4.
Now Wagner, averaging almost 23 points a contest. A fantastic offensive player. Outside Bain. The 3 from Suggs. Drains the triple.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Murray passes to Jokic. Now Watson. Boom! He jams it straight down.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Orlando making some changes. De Silva comes in for Desmond Bane, and Black subbed in for Suggs. Brown, he's checked in for Denver. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. Wagner outside. Back to Black. Orlando moving the ball around. Here's Carter. Rebounded by Denver. They want to keep rolling here following a win against Minnesota.
Yeah, they hit the court last game with some serious attitude, especially on offense.
And, you know, confidence is key there. They seem to play with a ton of it, especially on the offensive end.
And here are the Magic now. They're on a 12-4 run. Black passes to Banchero. Back to Black. Wagner outside. Pass to Banchero. And here's Black. Just 4 to shoot. From behind the arc. Hits a three-pointer.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Nuggets trail by 11. Well, granted, 6'10", 250. Banchero is a guard in a big man's body.
Yeah, B.A., he has a great handle, which allows him to get wherever he wants on the floor. And the vision to create for his teammates, too. But if you put a smaller guy on him, he plays bully ball.
Watson. And he gets it to go off the front iron.
Coaches love to see ball movement, especially when it gets you that kind of look.
.59 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Black outside. Here's De Silva, covered by Johnson. Over to the wing. Pass to De Silva. The three ball. It's hauled in by Nikola Jokic. Nuggets trail by 9. For 3. They grab their own miss. Here's Watson. Ooh, he's looking comfortable now. 3 for 3.
Boy, his activity on the glass so valuable to this team.
Black outside. Pass to De Silva. Hardaway against Wagner. Lets the 3 fly. He buries it from 3. Wagner's got 7 points.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
And so it's Orlando ending the quarter up 10. A big difference in shooting percentages. That's why they lead. We'll be right back after this word. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Magic?
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
Another thing they're doing well early on is moving the ball, playing selfless basketball, and getting everybody involved on the offensive end.
Goga Bitadze is out there with Jonathan Isaac. Then it's Desmond Bane. Then it's Anthony Black. And it's De Silva in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic.
Yeah, he's going to flush it every time when he's that close to the rim. You can't allow him to get that kind of position.
Here's Murray. Orlando making their last shot. Well, it's hard to stop a 6'10 wing who can handle and play through contact. And the Magic have two of them, Grant.
Yeah, the numbers remarkably similar for Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner. Banchero is stronger and more of a rebounder, but both of them are stars.
I think that's a big confidence builder for Anthony Black. He knows he needs to keep knocking that shot down from deep to round out his offensive game.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Here's De Silva. They lead by their biggest margin of the game. It's at 15 points. Pass to Isaac. And he floats it in for the easy two. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Now here's Murray. A 35-point game for him in the win against Minnesota. Here's Hardaway. That one goes in. Hardaway's gotten his first points in this one.
Excellent quickness that time by Hardaway. Allows him to do work inside.
And so now a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. Franz Wagner checked in for Orlando. Jalen Suggs comes in for Black. And then for Denver, Jokic is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Tyson comes in for Holmes. And it's Johnson in for Brown. Now here's Suggs. Right now he's contributing about 15.5 points a game. Here's Bane. And it's Denver with a rebound. Their last encounter was in Denver.
Talk about strong offensive production. They went out, played to their strengths, and were successful as a result.
Yeah, you know, not deviating from the game plan is critical. You've got to trust in the system.
Now here's Batase. Still without a bucket. Suggs outside. Inside. Here's De Silva. And he banks in the layup. And the Magic lead by 17.
And he did that so well in college. Suggs sharing it well in the league, too.
Here in quarter two, we played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, the Magic are coming together. Paolo Banchero said, "This is a special group. We have something that you don't always see in professional sports. Guys really have each other's backs and look after one another. Not only are we close, but we're really talented and versatile as a team." Guys, back to you.
An exciting young team. Allie, thank you. Well, Grant, we are creeping closer to the halfway point of the season, and some teams have really found their identity.
Yeah, that's right, B.A. We know who most of these squads are now, and their opponents do too. And as the year goes on, the better the scouting reports get.
And Denver has possession. The Magic making their last shot. Here's Tyson. And a miss there on the triple.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
Here's De Silva. In his last outing, 8 points for him. And he lobs it up. 6 on the shot clock. Stolen by Jokic. Murray finds Hardaway. Nice. Gets his second bucket. He's 2 for 4 now.
Well, they count on big-time production from him at the offensive end.
Right side Bane. Fires for 3. Sends it home from three-point land. Bane's got his second bucket on the night.
Anytime he can, Bane is taking this shot. I mean, he is supremely confident from range.
So David Adelman's decided to call timeout here. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Orlando making some changes. Paolo Banchero, he's checked in for Batase, and Black subbed in for Desmond Bane. And then for Denver, Watson, he's checked in for Tyson. Jones comes in for Hardaway, and it's Brown in for Jamal Murray. Nuggets trail by 18. It's Brown on the wing. He's covered by Suggs. From deep, Jokic, and a great assist by Brown as that one goes in.
The D has to get out on that because Jokic will make them pay if they don't.
1:41 left in the first half. To the wing, right side. Pass to Wagner. Back to Black. And it's Denver with a rebound. Jokic has got 4 rebounds now. And you think about Jokic's point center game. He's a pioneer, Grant, a one-of-a-kind.
Oh, one of a kind indeed. And historically, very few centers have led their team in assists, and none with the regularity of Jokic. So he's an outlier, but is he a trendsetter? Only time will tell.
Orlando with the ball, following that last three-pointer by Denver. Count it.
He can play big and tough. I mean, Banchero bangs his way in.
Pass to Watson. Back to Brown. Denver moving it around. The big man, Jokic.
And they're in a better flow this quarter offensively, and their shooting percentage is steadily rising as a result.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
And so Brown will bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. They trail by 14. They've got the Heat ahead of them in their next game in Miami. And they've got a lot of road games ahead. That's game 2 of 7 on this trip. Now here's Jones. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Minnesota. Clock is at 3. Here's Jokic. It's hauled in by Black.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
And so it's the Orlando Magic leading by 17 at the end of the period. How about the way they've attacked the paint? This throwback approach is paying off. We'll be right back.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games.
And you know, for that matchup with the Heat, they've had the better season, but this game feels close.
More than a few analysts have predicted an upset here. I'm going the other way. I think they take care of business. And getting back to our current contest, very impressive first half performance for the Magic.
They've made it look simple. Well-designed game plan, and the execution has been near flawless.
Yeah, that locker room is feeling good right now, I'll tell you that.
And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Anthony Black with a strong contribution so far on this one.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Orlando with the ball. Getting underway here in the second half. Here's the 5 for David Adelman. They've got Johnson. Hayden Watson is out there with Nikola Jokic. And it's Murray. And it's Jones in at the small forward position.
With the 9-foot standing reach, Carter has no trouble putting that away.
Picked by Murray. Jones against Wagner. Some room here for Jones. The rebound by Carter. Orlando leading by 19. Well, after the Magic traded away Dwight Howard back in 2012, seems like they spent about a decade in limbo, Grant.
That's so true, B.A. And once they finally committed to building through the draft, the turnaround was pretty rapid, showing the upside of drafting and developing from the ground up. Yeah, this is a part of Banchero's game they'd like to develop here in the league.
Left side Jones. It's Jokic, high post. Pass to Murray. Over Suggs. And there's Murray. That one's good. And the assist by Jokic.
Well orchestrated. And then the pass is right on the money.
Picked by Carter. Here's Suggs. Watson with the rebound. Nuggets trail by 19. From deep, Johnson buries it from 3. Johnson's got 8.
With maturity comes greater patience, understanding how to play smarter. Murray keeps his options open and finds a teammate who's gotten free.
On the wing, Bane. Takes a 3. It's hauled in by Nikola Jokic. Jokic has got his 5th rebound in this one. Johnson passes to Murray. Outside Watson. Pass to Jokic. 6 to shoot. Now here's Murray. The 3 is up. Murray buries it from deep.
A nice start to the third. 3 out of 4 and looking good doing it.
And so now a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. The Nuggets making a switch here. Hardaway's checked in. And with All-Star Weekend approaching, let's see what's going on in the West. Taking a look at Denver, they're currently holding on to the 3rd best record in the conference.
Yeah, seeing where the Nuggets are, I recall them having a lot of naysayers at the start of the season, but now they may not have any. This team is ready for a deep playoff run.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run, but the competition in the playoff will be stiff.
Up again. Ooh, lots of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws will follow that whistle.
Yeah, pretty fearless move by Bane, making sure he gets the shot off.
It's his first trip to the line.
You know, even in games where he hasn't been at his best this season, I mean, he still managed to get it done at the charity stripe when he gets his opportunities.
The free throw drops for Bane. In terms of two-way guards, Grant, Desmond Bane is as good as any. What do you see in his game?
Well, just look at him, B.A. Bane is so strong. That really helps him there on the defensive end. And offensively, a lights-out three-point shooter.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And for offensive players, they say that understanding angles gives a big advantage. Can you elaborate on that a little bit, Clark?
I think I can, B.A., a little bit. When you think about the geometry of the game, angles, spacing, timing, those things are not what you would think about when you think geometry, but how you cut, how you move, when you move, get to the basket, all of that stuff is part of the geometry of the game.
Johnson finds Hardaway. Outside Watson, outside Johnson. That three's off the mark. Magic leading by 17. It's stolen by Johnson. For 3, Hardaway. The shot is good on the assist by Jokic. Jokic has got 3 assists tonight.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
Third quarter action. Just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Orlando moving the ball around. Wagner outside. The 3 is up. It's hauled in by Nikola Jokic. Jokic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Hardaway. Here's Murray. Oh, Murray rising up.
How about the guard getting up? Jamal Murray flying to the rack.
Orlando with the ball. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. To the middle. Deflects the pass. Carter, the pass to Suggs. And the layup is good. And it's 8 points here for Jalen Suggs.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
And so it's Murray who brings up the ball for the Denver Nuggets. It's a 14-point game. Pass to Hardaway. This one for 3. Orlando with a rebound.
Well, he won't miss many of those, not when he gets a good look like that.
Bankero outside. Carter, a screen on Jokic. The 3 from Bankero. He can't get that one to fall. Nuggets trail by 14. Now Jokic, guarded by Banchero. Murray for three, knocks it down from distance. Murray's got 10 points in the quarter.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
And so now a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. Orlando making some changes. Batase's checked in for Carter. De Silva comes in for Wagner. And Black subbed in for Suggs. And Denver will go for a different look here. Jonas Valanciunas is checked in for Jokic. Najee comes in for Watson. Strawther's checked in for Johnson. And it's Brown in for Murray. Black, right side. Banchero the screen. Fires it. Shot's good by Black. Black's got 10 points.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Count it. Good.
It's interesting. They definitely had more three-point attempts in the first half. Not sure why they went away from it.
There's 48 seconds left in the third. Here's Strawther. Pass to Hardaway. Here's Brown. Here's Valanciunas. Batase covering. Valanciunas can't get it to go.
With no D around, you expect him to knock down that midi.
Black passes to Banchero. And here's Batase. Shoots over Valanciunas. Strawther grabs a miss.
Open midi right there. That's letting the defense off the hook when you don't cash in.
Hardaway with it. There's the triple. Sinks it from distance. Hardaway's got 6 in the quarter.
You know, he's been fairly productive, but it's going to take more, either from him or somebody else.
And so it's the Orlando Magic, up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. They've got Wagner. Suggs is out there with Anthony Black. Then it's Goga Batase, and it's De Silva in at the 4. That's who's out there for Orlando. Pass to Batase. Wagner outside. Here's Black. And it's off from three-point range. Nuggets trail by 8. Down low. Strawther, no good.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim, just couldn't capitalize.
Here's De Silva. Batase with a screen. Pass to Suggs. Shot clock at 6. Let's go with a 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. And the Magic lead by 11.
You can see Suggs' confidence growing over time with every 3 that he makes. Keep shooting them, Jalen. Keep shooting them.
Murray, no good.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Black outside. The 3. And that one falls. His 5th basket in 7 tries.
Adds to their lead. They've been able to rely on him all night.
And we've got a timeout from David Adelman. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. And the Magic making a change here. Carter's checked in. And a switch here also for Denver. Nikola Jokic is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. A chance here to catch up with Ali from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear what the Nuggets head coach was saying to his team. Coach wanted his guys to ignore the scoreboard. He said, don't even look at the numbers. Just take it possession by possession, make every chance count, and we'll see where we stand at the end of this game. Back to you guys.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Pass to Jokic. And here's Black. And he lobs it up to the rim. Here's Jokic. And Jokic finishes it off.
Nice to see Jokic running the floor like this because he makes himself a big target in transition.
Orlando leading by 12. Pass to Carter. Stolen by Jokic. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. On the wing, Murray. Outside Hardaway. It's good. And the assist goes to Murray. Hardaway's got 9 points now in the second half. The Magic have gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Back to Suggs. From downtown. Kicks it out to Wagner. Pass to Black. There's the three. Nails it. He's now 6 for 8 from the floor.
He's hit a pair of threes each half, making a significant impact.
Murray from outside. Orlando with the rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Black outside. Now Carter. And stolen by Jokic. Beyond the arc. Oh, it misses.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
Picked by Carter. Knocked away. Stolen by Carter. From deep. Buries it from outside.
This has been their game plan here in the final period. We'll see if it continues to work out.
You know what? Teams can get a little three happy down the stretch sometimes, letting it fly.
And so David Adelman calls for the timeout. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. Orlando making some changes. Banchero comes in for De Silva. And it's Desmond Bane in for Black. And then for Denver, Watson, he's checked in for Strother. Jones comes in for Hardaway. And it's Johnson in for Brown. Down by 15. Johnson outside. Jones outside. Now Johnson. Oh, a gorgeous feed. He hammered it down.
Punching it inside, attacking the heart of that defense. I love it.
For Orlando, they've gotten 4 shots out of 6 attempts to drop so far in the fourth.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Suggs outside. Now Carter. And stolen by Jokic. Jones outside. Now Jokic. Johnson outside. Jones fires. Knocked loose.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Suggs. Yes, sir! The finish with the jam.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Magic.
They made the most of the extra rebounds tonight. Helped them out a lot.
And when you look at these teams, they're both great rebounding clubs. And any night, either one could have the advantage on the boards.
And a good performance to bring them their 18th win of the year.
And I'm sure they're happy to get even for what happened the last time these teams met.
You know, as interconference opponents, tonight was their only chance to get that revenge. I mean, they won't see each other in the regular season again until next season.
And so it's Suggs. He brings it up for Orlando. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Now Carter. Outside Johnson. Banchero pulls it down. Well, Orlando shooting very well. 66% for the game and looking really strong. The shot is money.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Outside Watson. Outside Murray for 3. Yes, sir, with the three.
Murray, 3 points.
Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Payne outside. Here's Suggs. Wagner outside. Puts up the tray. It's good from beyond the arc.
Wagner with the right back at you answer on the three. Pretty impressive right there.
So it's the Magic winning this one easily. We saw 2 different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
And the energy in this building was awesome. The crowd was involved from the jump, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see how it all came together.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Grant Hill, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching. And time now to present our player of the game.